you gonna say something, Ryan?
Okay, so I put out on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, which, by the way, if you're not following me on those, go check them out. That's where you can get a lot of insight about what I'm going to be doing, what's upcoming. You get the point. Should I do a video on how to grow and basically start a YouTube channel? And like 99% of the response was yes. But I got one DM on Instagram from a guy who said no because it could come off as pretentious. I took that to heart and gave it some thought. So instead of how to grow a YouTube channel, I'm gonna make this video my philosophy, my tips on how to grow a YouTube channel. You guys probably thought it was gonna be a drop into some cool edit or something. It's like, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is having a target audience. Now, what I mean by that is not posting videos aimlessly. A lot of people will catch inspiration from watching YouTube videos and decide, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel. They'll have an idea of what kind of content they want to produce, but realistically, they have no real concept in their head of who they're trying to target, why those people would even want to watch their videos, and why those people are going to subscribe to you opposed to subscribing to a larger channel with probably similar content. This is probably single-handedly, at least in my opinion, one of the most important aspects of starting to grow and build your YouTube channel, respectively, one of the most overlooked. Now, there's a few key things to going about getting to know your audience and figuring out who you're actually trying to target to view your videos. Age demographic, which is a YouTube analytic you can actually keep track of, is pretty important. For example, my videos tend to traffic the 18 to 24 age demographic, which is primarily the millennials. The millennials, from everything I've been able to sort of speculate, are a very entrepreneurial type group. A really common and fast growing career path right now is photo and video. It's a really widespread subject, and there's so many aspects of it that can be talked about, which is why I've sort of chose to pick up that on my channel, showing the journey of me hopefully becoming a successful photographer, videographer, YouTuber, entrepreneur. It's really important to do content and subject matter that is relevant and organic to you as a person. You don't want to get out there and try and start producing content that is completely not your personality. Once you can find that subject, it's really important to stick with it and stay dedicated. Audiences do not like channels that switch up the subject and content matter all the time. If you can nail down one solid subject on your channel, that's going to be the biggest key to finding your target audience and then therefore growing with that audience. Okay, so the next tip I have is learning YouTube's SEO. Now what that means is YouTube's search engine optimization. Now a few things come to mind when you think search engine. You think keywords, descriptions, titles. Keywords are probably, arguably, one of the more important things to really focus on in a video. There's multiple plugins that you can use for browsers like Google Chrome that will actually help you understand keyword rankings and what keywords you should be using for your video. It'll essentially tell you the search volume of that keyword and how difficult it is to rank on that keyword. Having a really well written description of your video's keywords, mentioning them multiple times, will also really help to get your video's keyword rankings up on the lists. Now, to go along with all of that, a good thumbnail is really important. And now that's not something I'm personally incredibly good with. I found a style that I kind of like with my thumbnails and I stick with it. But other than that, having a attractive, poppy, flashy thumbnail that will immediately catch somebody's eyes, they're scrolling through it on the YouTube browse page, is really important. It'll hook your audience, probably make them read the title, and hopefully click on the video. Now, I really hope that people don't make the same mistake that I did. And when I was first making videos, I was sort of using a copy-pasted tag or keyword list on every single one of my videos, and I would almost make my descriptions identical. That's a really big issue. All your videos are gonna be different. There's very few times where the content in your video is gonna be identical to the keyword list that worked for that video. It's really important to use very descriptive and accurate tags to that video and the subject matter that's in it to get a good chance of ranking in YouTube search. That's actually gonna get audience to your video, and hopefully, if your content's good, converting those views into active subscribers, therefore growing your channel. Now, so if you've already done these first two tips and you're not seeing as much growth as you'd really like, there's one more tip that can really be a huge boost to your channel. It's really common, a lot of people talk about it, but not a lot of people really put effort into it, and it's collaboration. Working with other creators who are like-minded to you, produce similar content, have a similar audience and following, can really be a powerful tool to help promote your channel. There's a couple of do's and don'ts when it comes to collaboration. Probably one of the biggest don'ts, in my personal opinion, is don't just give shoutouts without any real intention or meaning. Now, for those of you who do that, no harm to you, but I don't think it's the most efficient way to hopefully traffic your... I don't think it's the most efficient way to traffic potentially that person's audience to your channel. In all honesty, most people kind of find shoutouts a little annoying. There's a much better way of going about collaborating with another creator other than just a shout out. Now, though it's not always physically possible to meet up with a person in real life and work with them, it's really good if you could actually take and work and combine your forces together on a single project. It's not exactly the easiest thing to do, but when you can come up with sort of a creative idea to help integrate another person into your own video or vice versa, it can be really effective. I've done it a handful of times with one of my friends on YouTube. His name's Simplistic. He's helped me in the past with videos and getting out my little creative concepts to you guys. I used him in my color grading video. While I was in the middle of filming my intro, he actually called me and interrupted me, and then I thought, this could actually be kind of an interesting idea to help sort of incorporate him and add just a little bit of fun to it. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check that out. I'll put like an annotation here or a link or something like that. But you can go check out and see exactly how I did that. I've used him a handful of other times. He's used me in a similar way in his videos, and it's been a kind of an interesting way to introduce another YouTube user to your audience. Of course, if you can actually link up with a content creator in real life and produce content with them, that's by far going to be a more effective way, but there's workarounds. Collaborations, unfortunately, are not something I can give you every example of how to collaborate with other people, because it really comes down to your content, their content, and how they would actually work and flow together. So hopefully you guys can come up with some ideas on your own. That being said, I'm gonna go and end the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know that I haven't been uploading super consistently, but there's been good reason behind that. I've really wanted to step up the quality of my content over quantity. I have some really big plans coming here shortly with video ideas, so please stay tuned. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys soon. Zips, it's lit, bang, roll, can't fit.